Jonas Hale found her in the rain. The maintenance corridors of Station Epsilon 7 weren't designed for compassion. They were narrow, cold, and perpetually dripping with condensation from the life support systems. Jonas had walked these passages for 15 years, mop in hand, invisible to the diplomats and merchants who conducted their business in the gleaming halls above. He knew every leak, every loose panel, every shadow, but he'd never seen a child huddled in the darkness before. She was small, even for her species, whatever species she was. Her skin had a faint luminescence that flickered irregularly, like a dying light. 3 of her forearms hung limp and twisted, clearly malformed. When she looked up at him with those large, golden eyes, Jonas saw something he recognized. Abandonment. "Hey there," he said softly, crouching down despite his aging knees. "You lost?" She didn't answer. Maybe she couldn't. But when he extended his hand, she took it with her one functioning arm. That was 10 years ago. Jonas never reported finding her. He should have. Station regulations were clear about unaccompanied minors, especially alien ones. But he'd seen how the system worked. She would have been processed, cataloged, and likely sent to some institutional facility where disabled aliens went to be forgotten. He couldn't do that to her. He named her Liravel, cobbling together syllables from the few words she could whisper in those early days. His quarters were small, but he made space. He taught her to read using his old Earth books. He fashioned braces for her damaged arms using scrap metal and medical supplies he quietly requisitioned. When other station residents stared at her twisted limbs, Jonas stared back harder. Liravel grew. Her luminescence stabilized, creating patterns across her skin that Jonas learned to read like a mood ring. She was brilliant, teaching herself 4 languages by age 7, understanding quantum mechanics by 9. The disability that had made her disposable to someone else meant nothing to Jonas. She was his daughter in every way that mattered. "Why did you keep me?" she asked once when she was 12. Jonas looked up from his cleaning supplies. "Because you needed someone. And maybe I did too." "My arms are just arms," he interrupted gently. "They don't define you, kiddo. Never have." On the 10th anniversary of finding her, everything changed. Jonas was working the night shift when the Royal Cruiser arrived. The entire station went into lockdown protocol, an honor reserved for only the highest dignitaries. Word spread quickly. Empress Velshara of the Luminary Empire had come to Station Epsilon 7. The same Empress whose daughter had vanished a decade ago during a coup attempt. The same Empress who had never stopped searching. Jonas thought nothing of it. Galactic politics were beyond his pay grade. Until the Empress's guards appeared at his door. "Jonas Hale?" The lead guard's translator crackled. "You are to come with us immediately." Terror flooded his system. Had they found out about Liravel? Was he about to lose his daughter to deportation or worse? They escorted him through corridors he'd only ever cleaned, past startled diplomats and into a private docking bay. The Empress herself stood there, her luminescence blazing with barely contained emotion. She was tall, regal, with the bearing of someone who commanded star systems. When she saw him, her forearms spread in what Jonas recognized as a gesture of desperate supplication. "Where is she?" the Empress asked, her voice breaking through the translator. "Where is my daughter?" Jonas's world tilted. I don't... The child you found 10 years ago. Liravel, that's what you call her, yes? The name means light that returns in the old tongue. Did you know that? He hadn't. He'd just thought it sounded right. She has 3 damaged arms, the Empress continued, tears streaming down her face, creating trails of light. Birth defects that made those who sought my throne decide she was expendable. They took her during the coup. Tried to kill her. I thought, her voice broke completely. I thought I'd lost her forever. Jonas found his voice. She's at home. She's safe. He paused, years of protective instinct warring with the truth standing before him. She's beautiful and brilliant and kind. And she's mine. I know, the Empress said softly. I've been watching her for 3 months. Ever since my intelligence network traced her to this station. I've seen how you care for her, how you've loved her. She stepped closer. Jonas Hale, you saved my daughter's life. More than that. You gave her something I couldn't. You saw her as complete when the universe called her broken. She is complete, Jonas said firmly. Yes. The Empress's luminescence pulsed with what looked like approval. That's why I'm not taking her from you. Not unless she wishes it. The reunion happened in Jonas's cramped quarters, surrounded by his mops and earth books. Lyravel stood between her two parents, one who gave her life, one who gave her a life worth living, and made her choice. "I want both," she said simply. The Empress laughed, a sound like crystal bells. "Then both you shall have." Jonas Hale remained a janitor by choice. The Empress offered him titles, wealth, estates on any world he desired. He declined them all. But his quarters expanded, Lyravel received the finest education the Empire could provide, and once a month, the Empress herself came to Station Epsilon 7 for dinner. "You know," the Empress said during one such visit watching Jonas teach Lyravel an old Earth card game, "humans have a reputation in the galaxy. Stubborn, emotional, irrationally compassionate." Jonas shrugged. "Could be worse things to be known for." "Indeed." She smiled. "The galaxy sees disability and turns away. You saw a child and made room. Perhaps humanity's irrationality is exactly what the universe needs." Lyravel, now Crown Princess of the Luminary Empire, played her hand and grinned at Jonas with three-armed triumph. Her fourth arm, still twisted but stronger now thanks to human physical therapy techniques, rested comfortably in a brace Jonas had improved over the years. She was perfect. She always had been. Jonas just made sure the galaxy learned to see it.